Hello and welcome to the brand new series for the channel, Pokerim. Now, for those of you who are interested, we are playing through a Pokemon-themed Rimworld experience. We are going to be aiming to collect every Pokemon that the mod does have in it. I think there's around 41 Pokemon that they have added right now. I'm hoping that they do an update and we are able to continue past that because it is a really fun experience. Most of the Pokemon that are in the mod are from the original 151, and so it's going to be really cool. We are going to be running this series on a nomadic experience, and so we aren't going to be settling down anywhere specific. I'm wondering if they have coded each Pokemon to spawn in a different area. So we will be hopping around from biome to biome, and we will settle until we can catch the Pokemon that are in the area, and then we will move on. This map, we did spawn with a Pikachu. We have our colonists Ash, Misty, and Brock, of course. Their bios, if you want to take a look at those, they'll be here for a quick second. I'm not going to go through them too much. Pretty normal stuff. Misty is pretty stacked colonist, and Brock is good on the medical and intellectual side of things. And so it will be a pretty balanced colony for the time being anyways. We are running with just 2 mods right now. I am open to adding more if you guys have some suggestions, mainly just focusing on animals. But we have the Pokemon mod, and then we also have the Kill For Me mod. And so I was looking into it, and it seems like this mod for this style of playthrough would be very good. It allows you to actually kind of control your animals and send them off to kill or to maim any other enemies or animals in the area, and so I think that would be the best way to kind of control these Pokemon. Now, they do have a leveling system, and so we are able to evolve these Pokemon. They have a type system in there as well, but yeah, we can evolve them as they go on. Our Pikachu is fairly leveled up. It is a level 23 right now, and so we will look at evolving him eventually. But yeah, if in the area we do have, right now all we have is a Beedrill and a Butterfree. Yeah, so we will be capturing those guys, and then we will be moving on, and I'll probably do 1 biome per episode as long as everything runs smoothly. Obviously with Rimworld, stuff comes into play, but yeah, I'm very, very excited for this series. It's going to be a nice little twist on a Pokemon game as well as Rimworld, something different. I haven't tried a nomadic tribe before, and so that should be a fun experience as well. I have established them just a little bit here, but we will speed up the time and get them moving. Now, I am harvesting and hunting as many rats as possible because the wild animals here are I did a test run, and they are able to eat meat, and so I figured that's the easiest way for us to get them really, really quickly. And so we will attempt to tame Butterfree first. Actually, before he sends off to do that, let's just take a look at which one is closer to our base. They're in the same location, so it shouldn't be too much of a difference. But yeah, the taming is the same as normal Rimworld, but you will notice I actually have never looked at the social in the taming section of the animals you're trying to tame, but it is kind of cool to see what they have to say here. So we will be attempting to tame the Butterfree as well as the Beedrill and then move on. I'll probably continue on getting maybe we'll just work on this one each. I will be moving on through it and skipping parts where they're just gathering resources, hunting animals, etc. I don't want there to be a whole lot of that. It's mainly going to be about taming the Pokemon and moving from biome to biome and seeing what it has in store for us. And so if you are new here, I want to first off welcome you to the channel. We are running the Pokemon series right now, so if you're interested in this series, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the like button, and just let me know this is a video series that would pique your interest. And so I'm very interested to see the response from this series, as well as we are running a Rimworld Star Wars themed series on our channel as well. And so we're up to, I think, part 7 now. maybe part 8, and so we are continuing that. We're pretty fresh into it, so it's a good time to get started as well. If you are subscribed, I want to thank you so much for the engagement across that series, and welcome a bunch of you to the channel. You are here for the first time, a bunch of you, and so yeah, I just want to say welcome. Always feel free to give me some feedback in the comments. I'm pretty active down there in responding, and so open to hearing what you guys have to say. But yeah, we will skip ahead here until we get some more meat and work away at the taming process. So we have successfully tamed the Butterfree. We will take a quick look at that. I didn't realize Misty had gone off to do it. We may set it so that we just have one trainer and we can keep our eye on them. But our Butterfree is at level 12. Obviously, there's no evolution that's going to be happening. And so we will take a check and mark that off on our list. And so, as you can see, yeah, Misty slapped Butterfree in a show of dominance and has accepted to join Misty's community. And so now we do have Misty and Ash with their first Pokemon. And so Brock will be the last one to get one. I would kind of like to see him have the Beedrill, but when we take a look at his animal stat, it is very, very poor. And so I don't think he will be attempting to tame many of these wild Pokemon. Let's take a look at the Beedrill and see what it requires to tame it. It only requires a minimum handling skill of 1 and a 1% chance of revenge on a tame fail. So Brock could probably go for the Beedrill. We will do that. We will set Misty and Ash on a lower scale for now. Let's see. I was having issue taming the Beedrill. I didn't have the right material, and so I think for different animals, different Pokemon, you may need different kinds of food, and so we will have to keep a manage on that. It is going to be a little challenging to try and maintain all the material that we need to constantly be moving around and carrying the food to tame these things, but as Pokemon goes, you are traveling around the world for new Pokemon, and so we are going to be running this series until we can catch everything that they do have in here. I would love to get a Charmander and a Squirtle and a Bulbasaur pretty quickly, but we'll see how that goes. Ash is incapable of violence, which is not the greatest. I do want to keep him alive. He is the only one who is bonded so far, so we will hide him away for now. This may end up going really poorly, especially because none of our colonists have very good skills with shooting, and so we'll probably be missing quite a few shots. So Misty can head to rest, and we will undraft these guys and get them butchering this guy right away. I'm wondering if we should maybe get Ash on butchering because he is assigned to construction, but with a colony like this, we're not going to be doing a whole lot of constructing. And past that, he's growing and plant cutting, but we don't want a whole lot of resources all the time with us. And so maybe we set him up to slaughter animals, and then that way he will have something to do because he is idle quite a bit of the time. And so let's get him on that. We will hunt some more wildlife here, anything that is a 0% chance of revenge. So we will go after those animals and obviously just keep our colonists as safe as possible. With the nomadic, we want as many as we can to haul stuff around, especially in the early game here. The weight capacity, we want to carry as much as we can of what we do have, and so making sure that they are well equipped to do so. And I'll keep my eye on the wildlife here. If something else comes into the area, I will let you guys know. Apparently, I don't know if they said they had added it already or if they are working on it, but if a Charizard or Blastoise or Venusaur and the like walk into your map, it will be an announcement like a Thrumbo, which is a nice little touch as well. Just something to get the blood pumping, get you a little bit excited. And so if you guys want to try this mod out for yourselves, the link will be in the description down below, as well as the Kill For Me mod. We will be showcasing that a little later, obviously, when we run into trouble. And we do have to train up our animals as murderers for them to be able to take it on. But yeah, it is a fairly decent mod. I was looking at it. You can control just herds of animals and send them into bases to attack everything, and it seems like it's a little bit overpowered in my opinion, but yeah, we'll test it out and see how it goes. Oh, and Ash has tamed the Beedrill. I didn't catch what happened again, but I'm assuming that we used a simple meal to feed it, because we did have some simple meals available, but we didn't have any kibble yet. And so that is good to note, that each Pokemon will require a little bit of vegetables, raw meat. So I'm wondering if, depending on the animal, they will require different things for their diet in order to tame them. But yeah, with that being said, I guess we have conquered this area when it comes to Pokemon. Let's just take a quick look here. So we will end up packing out and moving on to the next area. I'm probably going to wait until our rice finishes growing and we can harvest that before we do. So we will just disallow sowing and continue on training our Pokemon here. And then once we are in a good spot, we will probably head out and let's just take a look at where we want to go. So the temperate swamp is the closest biome to us, as well as the desert. And so we will be heading to one of those. It would maybe be nice to go... Oh, these guys are very hostile. Never mind. We won't be going to visit those guys anytime soon. I did try to strategically place ourselves on nearby roads, and so we can make our way through the arid shrubland and the tropical rainforest pretty easily. We will follow along the roads as much as we can, and then eventually we will have to make our way, if they are biome-specific Pokemon, up to the tundra, and that will take quite a bit of prep. So the series will run for a little while anyways, but yeah, so that's kind of the current plan. I think we will just hop over to the temperate swamp for now and see what lies there. So once we get this all harvested, I will send the caravan over, and once we arrive, we'll take a quick look, and that will be the end of the episode. Just want to remind you guys, if you are going to be following this series, make sure to hit the like button as well as the subscribe button, and just let me know in your thoughts in the comments below. We are being raided, so we will just hold off on that for now. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you have a mod request to add, I can take a look at it. Obviously, we are established, so only mods that can be added to a save file that is already existing. Okay, so now that the heat stroke is over, we were about to head out, but we have had a group of war turtle walk into the area. And I'm going to take a look at what the harm on tame is. Revenge on tame fail is 10%. I don't know if we want to mess around with them quite yet. We probably want our animal skill to be a little higher. Ash is currently at a 6, and so Misty a 4 and Brock a 2. War Turtle may be a little difficult. We may want to work with a Squirtle and work our way up. So we will head out and leave these guys behind. Unfortunately, it is just sometimes how it goes. But I think maybe we harvest any heal root that is available and take that with us as well. And then we will move on to the temperate swamp. And then we will see what Pokemon await us there. If there are none, then we will just continue moving on to a different location until we can find some. But it seems like every map does have at least a few, which is good. And we have had a Beedrill self-tame, which I figured would probably start happening. It is a female, and the Beedrill we have is a male, so we'll probably look at breeding and see what that looks like. Breeding some Pokemon. Maybe we will get a Weedle out of the deal, or maybe another Beedrill. I'm not sure how they have it set. I'm assuming that you would get a Weedle. So hopefully these guys can make a baby pretty soon. And I guess we just have a herd of Beedrill. It's nice to have, I suppose, more animals to defend, especially Ash, with him not being able to attack. He's incapable of violence, so it will be a nice added benefit. I didn't expect us to have so many Pokemon in the first episode. That is a nice thing I will say about the mod if you are going to try it out. Pokemon recruiting seems to go fairly quickly. Training is also going fairly well. Pikachu has made his way through. We can take a look at their stats here. I think this was the Beedrill that we got first. So it's training. Already he is trained for guard, working his way through, and he was the third one that we did train. Let's take a look at our Butterfree. The taming is going a lot slower for Butterfree, which is interesting, but yeah, it seems like overall it's fairly easy to tame and train. But yeah, that being said, let's head out. We do have those heal route on board, so yeah, let's take everyone, including the Pokemon, and we can move at 22 tiles per day, which is really good. This trip should be really quick if that's the case, and we will just take everything. If there is a way to, well, let's see. We want the components. We don't necessarily need our leather right now. Steel would be good to take, but we don't have a whole lot of it, and so we will probably look at, that does max us out. We will look at using steel in the future, making what we will want out of it, and then hauling that as its own individual thing. We can't take most of our starting steel, which is a bit of a drag, but I think we'll be okay without it. I guess we can hunt for food as we go. I don't know if there's oh, we can manually. There we go. So we will take all of our rice and all of our heal root and all of our medicine. And now we are moving at 17 tiles a day. We do have 70 kilograms of weight. We can take up to 105. I think we'll leave the meat because it will probably spoil on the way anyways. Let's just take a look at what else we can take with us. We are taking, I guess we take the knife. It would be good to trade, as well as maybe we take as much steel as we can. It will take 1 day to get there. I don't really want to take longer than that. So let's just max out 1.5 days. It should be fine. So we will leave with everything that we can, and abandon Pallet Town. We are moving along, and we're moving along pretty fast. Market value for these Pokemon is also very high, which is good to note. Maybe we can look at trading some Beedrill for another Pokemon, which is I don't know if they intended it, but it's a nice little nod to how Pokemon operates as well. So let's send them, and they will gather and leave the area. Okay, we have landed. Let's take a pause. We do have a structure that is pretty well built already, which is good to note. We will probably just take advantage of that, seeing as we don't plan on being here for a while. Wildlife is harder to see on this map. We do have a Clefable, a Nidorina, which also has a high chance of attack on training, I think. Let's just take a look. Revenge on Tame Fail is 10%, so I think that is kind of across the board. Wildlife, we do have a lot of Cleffa and Igglybuff as well, and some. So that's it for Pokemon. So we will be catching the Cleffa and the Igglybuff, and probably maybe the Nidorina, but we will see how it goes. Hopefully one of them just self-tames. That would be nice. But yeah, that will be for the next episode. We will get our base set up and kind of establish ourselves here, and then that will be it. So we'll quickly chop as many trees as we can. I do have to reorder their priorities. I had them all set to haul, but obviously there's not a shortage of wood on this map, so we will be in pretty good condition in that regard. Fastest way to do this would probably be just there to there and there. And then we can set some beds up. 3 beds should be fine. Don't really plan on taking anybody else in. And a few animal sleeping spots so that our animals are with us. Because what kind of Pokemon trainer would we be if we let them sleep outside in the cold? Okay guys, we are pretty much established now at this point. This will be the end of the episode. If you have watched this far into the episode, make sure to let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on the series. We will be attempting to tame the rest of these easier to tame Pokemon in the wild in the next episode, but that will be for then. And so I'm Switz, and we will catch you on the next one.